Hi everyone, and thank you so much for joining me for another Camp Cretaceous review here on Jurassic Collectibles. So today I'm really excited for this one. This is probably one of my favourite Snap Squad figures to date, and it is, as you can see here, the Parasaurolophus. So the Parasaurolophus obviously appears in Jurassic World, Camp Cretaceous. It looks like this figure might have the ability to kind of like colour change. I don't know how that works. Interesting. I wonder if it's a thing where like if it's hot it'll look a certain colour, if it's cold it'll look another colour. Interesting. Camp Cretaceous, Jurassic World there, Parasaurolophus. No information on the back on how that play feature works, so I'm instantly intrigued. I have a feeling that's if it's hot it'll look one way, if it's cold it'll look another, but interesting. Well, it's very hot in the studio here, so it's going to look this way for the whole review. We will cut this figure out of the packaging very, very carefully here. And wow, this figure actually has paint on its back as well. I didn't think that was there. That's quite cool to see. Ooh, there we go. So, the Parasaurolophus obviously appeared in the first Jurassic Park, and it has been seen in subsequent Jurassic films since, but here it is finally represented in the Snap Squad line. And you can see there is some really, really nice paint variety on this one. So you have the bright red for the kind of crest. It makes me think of Roland when he says that one there, the pompadour. Obviously looks really cool. Or does he call this one Elvis? It's one of the two. There's this one and the Pachycephalosaur. You can see the eye there. It's kind of this nice golden paint. And then there is some subtler red paint and pinkish paint around the head. And that just helps to distinguish it from the sort of golden yellow of the skin. So this figure is in the metallic colour scheme that the others have been done in, as you can see. And that really does work well with this one. It looks pretty good, all said and done. I really like the way the paint kind of blends down into the skin here. It's showing very bright on camera, but if I turn my lighting down a minute, you can kind of see just how much that blends down inwards, which is really nice. So if we get that light back up, we'll go for that. You can see it just looks so good. So clean, and you can see there, better look at the eye, the same golden colour scheme as the skin. You've got brown paint lines going down the back, also coming around from the legs. You have got tan paint on the underside of the figure, and one thing I forgot to show in the Stiggy Moloch review as well actually is that that figure has also got tan paint there, or dark grey, which is kind of cool. This again looking sort of dark grey in fact. You can see there obviously the Jurassic World logo, all looking pretty good, and you can make the figure snap, which is what it's all about, and getting a look inside that mouth. You can see quite similar to the way they did the Triceratops' mouth. So if we put the Stiggy Moloch back there for a second, bring in a couple of other figures for comparison. We will have Bumpy on one side, the Triceratops. You can see we are starting to get a really nice assortment of herbivores in the line. So with that said, I think that will be our review on the Snap Squad Parasaurolophus done. Actually, I have just noticed something interesting in the packaging. So you can see this one has actually got some paper in the packaging, and I think this will explain the play feature. So let's take a quick look together. It does indeed. Wow. Okay. Yeah, so if the figure's cold, you can see that there. If the figure's cold, then the crest won't be highlighted, and if it's warm, then it will be highlighted. So I wonder if I... Okay, that's interesting. That's something I'll have to have a play with. It's not really something I can show you on camera, but it sounds like, actually, do you know what? I do have some compressed air here. Let's give this a go. Let's see if we can cool it down. So that is freezing cold air. Has it changed at all? And then if I... Okay, yeah, so you can see it kind of goes a bit darker, and kind of the black highlights sort of stick out a little bit more. Let's try that again. You're witnessing experiments happening live here, guys. So that's kind of got it darker, and then I kind of feel like there's something happening there, but it's not quite obvious. But yeah, you are meant to be able to change the colour of the crest. So something that kids will appreciate, an additional play feature that we don't normally see with the Parasaurolophus, and something quite cool indeed, and something which lends itself nicely to the bioluminescence we see in the show. So, with all that said, that is our review on the Parasaurolophus. What do you guys think of this figure? Let us know in the comments down below, and make sure you come back tomorrow for another review. Until then, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. As always, take care and have a great week.